guys, so today's video is going to be a little different, a lot different actually. I've never done a video like this. So everybody reads differently. We all have different patterns, different styles, I guess, different habits, I guess is the best word, of how we read, but I'm sure that there's some similarities and ways that we can all relate to each other reading and reading styles and habits. And so this video is just kind of going to be like how I read and my reading habits and all of those fun things. So I hope you enjoy the video. So my first reading habit is that I tend to read right before bed. It's just when I have the most free time and when I'm the most motivated to read even. And also, yes, those were Christmas sheets. Let's just ignore that for now. They're flannel and warm. But I just tend to read most right before bed, and it's probably not the best thing in the world because I get really into it, and then I tend to not sleep as much because I'm like, whatever, yeah, there's something exciting just happened in the book, and I can just read rather than sleeping. So it's not a habit that I recommend, but also if it happens, you know, life will go on. Secondly, I like to try to read outdoors sometimes, but usually I just end up telling my dog what's happening.
Come here. Come here. You would not believe. Okay, so I know you don't know any of these characters, but basically Will is in love with Tessa, but Tessa's in love with Will.
And then this happens, so I gave up completely.
Ants, no thank you.
I also try to read in the middle of the day in my bed, but I usually just end up falling asleep, so I'm just absolute trash, to be completely honest. I also read in my car on a daily basis. I have no idea why. It's just comfortable, and it's what I like to do. And then sometimes I'll just read in my driveway, for absolutely no reason, don't ask. And now we have the classic couch reading. First off, we all get bored by books sometimes. I'm just going to be completely honest. So sometimes also I'll have to like cover the chapter so I won't be getting like distracted by whatever comes next and spoiling myself for stuff. And then you just got to try something new and usually just end up rolling off the couch because it's fun. That's a good reason, right?
Also not sleeping. Not sleeping is a great reading habit of mine. I'm like, you gotta wake up at 6. Wouldn't it be easier to just not sleep and just read? So, you know, there's another minute interlude. This is our intermission.
So I've heard of people reading and working out at the same time, but I've learned that it's just not for me. If you have messy hair, you will completely understand this one. It just gets everywhere and will usually just end up in a giant bun on top of your head. This next one, I think all of us can relate to, and that's just that when you start to fall asleep, you decide to change position to keep yourself awake. And usually I end up just pulling a full 360, and I know that I should be going to sleep rather than keeping myself awake to pay attention to a book that I'm having trouble paying attention to. But there comes a time when I realize that I probably should fall asleep, and that is usually when the book falls on my face, which tends to be a nightly thing. This next one I feel like a lot of people can relate to, and anytime I'm going to read a book, if it's hardcover, I always take off the sleeve. Even if I'm just going to lend it out to a friend, I take it off because I don't want the beautiful cover to be ruined, and so I always have to take off the sleeve and then just put it back on my bookshelf like nothing happened. Pretend like the book is still there, but really it's not, so tricky. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was definitely different. A little bit out of my comfort zone, but you know, you gotta expand your ways. That didn't make any sense. So I hope you enjoyed the video for today. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or whatever time it is, wherever you are, and thank you for watching. Anyways, these are the books that I read in January and the books that I want to read in February. So the first book that I read in January was The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken.
You don't understand. I'm kind of in the middle of something. Thanks.